Good morning, guys. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome to our community on this lovely Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday. We're not going to sing that song, though it would be appropriate because you guys have asked me to look at this post-mortem examination and autopsy of Dee Dee Blanchard. Guys, thank you, all of you, for sending these to me. I appreciate it. And I saw a lot of people covering it and talking about it and putting their 2 cents in. And what the hell? I got a hat. Let me throw my hat in the ring. So, guys, let me tell you that right away, I'm skeptical. Everything that has to do with Gypsy Rose, I'm skeptical. Skeptical. I'm going to tell you that I did watch the Natasha Cooper, her theory on this, and I'm going to tell you right away I disagree. I think it didn't have to be a grown man that did this. It didn't have to be the strength. Anger is an amazing thing. Passion is an amazing thing. There are people that have been proven to lift cars to get children out of the way of things or to get children from under things. There's adrenaline. There are things that we cannot explain. You know, there are people that can do amazing things without using their head and thinking and just grabbing energy from God knows. I don't know how that stuff works, but I know for a fact that there are people that can lift things and do things that we've never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like people that run up walls. Who would have thought people could run up walls, right? So, as far as somebody having the anger, the adrenaline, the passion to unalive somebody in such a brutal fashion that Dee Dee was, yeah, I don't think that it takes a man to do that. I think absolutely Dee Dee could have done that. And I think that it's wrong for somebody to say only one person did all of these stab wounds. I mean, I don't think that any of us could say that. We can all have opinions, right? We can all have opinions. If we're to take this as fact, then it doesn't say who did this. It doesn't say if they were left-handed, if they were right-handed, if they were strong, if they were weak. It doesn't say male, female. It doesn't say, right? It doesn't say. It says that there were 17 jabs. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys, but 17 jabs. So it shows that there were 17 jabs. It shows that Dee Dee was a very sick woman who apparently had cancer, if we're to believe the autopsy report. So the bullshit, and obese. She weighed 255 pounds. She was 5'2". I'm about that size. That's more than 100 pounds of me. And I feel like I'm 20 pounds overweight. So my back hurts. I can't even imagine. So so Gypsy's bullshit about that she was afraid of her mom. Of what? Of her mom eating her food? I don't understand. And this just tells you who Gypsy is. So this is the worst part. And it wasn't in the autopsy. I watched Nina. Nina! Beauty influencer. I really like Nina. I watched her, and she had put up one of Gypsy's, I guess, videos of Gypsy cooking for Ken and how Gypsy was so emotional. And this was the day that the autopsy report was shown to the world. And Gypsy was emotional on how she was so in love with Ken, and she couldn't believe that Ken was going to be hers, and they wanted this future. And here's a woman crying with tears. I mean, if you want to call Gypsy a woman, I guess she's a woman, but she's fucking gone in the head. Because the disgusting bit was we now have a full picture of what happened to your mom if we're to believe this autopsy report. How sick your mom was, that she wasn't medicated in any way, shape, or form, according to the toxicology report, and your mom was definitely in pain. Definitely in pain, which meant you let her be in pain, which meant we already know for 100% a fact that you masterminded this, Gypsy Rose. But we've never seen you shed a tear, yet you fucking cry like a wimpy ass baby when it comes to your love towards Ken. Now, Yerkers, whatever the fuck your last name is, if you don't have a red ass flag after reading this autopsy report and wondering why this woman isn't still mourning the horrific death of her mom. You know, I've watched the Wade Wilson case. We're all here because of true crime, right? Most of us are here because of true crime, I think. And I felt so sad for Christine Melton. I felt so sad for Diane Ruiz. We feel sad for victims. We might not even know them, but we feel sad. There's an empathy. There's a sympathy if we, depending on what we've been through. There's nothing when it comes to Gypsy and her mom. And yet we have in our mind all these wonderful memories of them being shared. Those two sharing things. Disney trips, a home, experiences, the way they held hands. And it wasn't held hands to scare somebody or to push somebody's hand or squeeze somebody's hand to make them say the right thing. Rod, wake up, man. You better wake up because your daughter is a cold-blooded murderer. She planned it. And she sleeps fine at night. And that should bother you. Because if you read the autopsy report, DeeDee suffered a very horrific death. Very horrific. And tell me why she deserved that. She was stuck in her bed. Gypsy could have ran circles around her. You tell me why. Rod, I've invited you to come on my channel. Tell me why you can justify this in your head. Why can't you see this for what it is? You have a family? I don't know what Christy's doing. She's playing with fire there. She's playing with fire there. Because if Gypsy could do this to her mom, and I think Gypsy did a lot of this to her mom. Honestly, my theory, yeah, Gypsy unalived her mom and Nick came in there and finished it off, maybe. Maybe he finished it off. Or maybe, I still think she might have not been alive when Nick came in. But that bullshit, pardon me, Natasha, I don't know you from Adam. But no. Adrenaline and passion, there is no measure of strength that goes behind that. So no. Gypsy has admitted to masterminding this. That's enough. She's out on the streets being an influencer. The parents of people that follow her need to read this autopsy report, because let's just go by this. Let's go by this and let's say it was all Nick. Okay, let's just say that we're to believe that Nick actually did it. Gypsy was a few feet away. She heard it. And if that's going through her head, if she hears that shit going through her head, why is she laughing? She should be traumatized. She's never even been to therapy for this. She should be horrifically traumatized. That's just common sense, people. So, I don't understand why people think, oh, she's going to have a baby. That's wonderful. Or how Ken's mom could be, I can't wait for my granddaughter to be in the arms of that loving mom. Are you fucking kidding me? Or how Ken could be eating that spaghetti without testing it and making sure that there's no poison in it. And how Ken could actually have peace of mind that his daughter's safe with that crazy bitch that he's going to be with. This report, if I'm to take it as fact, shows me that DeeDee has had more surgeries than Gypsy. And supposedly she had cancer. So maybe DeeDee had this idea of, listen, babe, unalive me because I'm not going to be here anyway, and take all the money, and, you know, you're going to have to go and leave because everybody thinks you can't walk. Maybe. But not like that. Nobody would wish that upon anybody. So let's just go by that Gypsy just masterminded it. That's all she did. She masterminded it. Got a smack on the wrist and nah. But she had to have heard it. Why doesn't that bother her? How can she get past that? My dad died of the epidemic, right? The C word, the epidemic that happened here. He was given morphine for pain, you know. And I still have a real hard time picturing that. I'm glad I didn't hear the wheezing, and I'm glad I don't have any of that in my memory. Gypsy has everything in her memory. And yet she's walking around, oh, I'm crying over Ken and that he loves me and I can't wait to have the baby. And yeah, I think she's a sociopath. So my feelings for Gypsy they've just gotten worse, guys. And that's what I'm saying about the autopsy report. So yeah, that's my report on the report. So guys, I'm thinking about doing a live today at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday and talk about some things I wanted to talk about. What do you guys think about the autopsy report? I wanted to talk about people saying that they wanted to donate to Nick. I'm kind of thinking that if we want to do that, maybe we should do that individually. I do have an address where people could write to Nick if they wanted to do that. Of course, you should write to him first and see if he wants the money. But I'm not sure that I want to do it as a channel. I think a lot of people's opinion has changed since the autopsy report has come out. And, you know, if you do something here on YouTube, it's 60% that's going to go to him. If you do something on your own, it will all go to him. So if you're going to even send him $10, all of $10 will go to him, not just $6. So, but, you know, let's try to do a live at 9 a.m., you know, Sunday. I might fall asleep on you, but I got my spiced chai, apple chai by Twinings. It's Twinings, not Twinnings. It's Twinings, I'm pretty sure. Right? Guys, I didn't think I could possibly think anything less of that little scoundrel, Gypsy Rose. But, you know, much to my surprise. Baby, what a big surprise. Okay, so listen. Tell me what you think. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. And let me know what you think about this. I know that you guys have seen it because I got so many copies of it. So, all right, guys, I'll see you later. It's Sunday. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always be kind. Never be Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And, yeah, never be her. All right, guys, thanks.